What's up, and welcome to the No Bullshit Manifestation Show. I'm your host, Kat Kozad, manifestation expert, money mindset and fulfillment coach, and multiple six-figure entrepreneur. Come sit with me while I spill the real tea on what it's like to practice using intentional manifestation, demystify all of the woo-woo and confusing bullshit that comes along with creating the life of your dreams, and give you a realistic view of what it's like to be on a personal, spiritual, and professional growth journey. The goal of this podcast is to support and guide you towards manifesting all of your dreams, shed light on the things that people are too scared to talk about, and encourage you to become the person who gets to have it all, be it all, and do it all. I am so happy you are here. Let's fucking do this thing. What's up, and welcome back to another episode of the No Bullshit Manifestation Show. Holy shit, it is the last day of 2021. What a year. It has been such a crazy year for me, and I have just had so much shift and change for me this year, starting with the biggest one that I moved to New York City and just fucking love my life out there so much, but just so many things that have shifted for me internally as well. And with the new year starting tomorrow, I wanted to record this episode and talk about why New Year's resolutions fail. And I can imagine if you're listening to this podcast, you've probably set a New Year's resolution in the past that has failed. And we're going to talk about why New Year's resolutions almost always fail and how you can set intentions that will actually stick and that will actually manifest in 2022. So, just as we all know, our society teaches us this weird fucked up thing every single year that we have to choose on January 1 to completely shift and change our lives and decide that we're going to do all of these things and hit the ground running and do it really, really well for probably like 4 to 6 weeks, maybe some people a little bit longer, but the average New Year's resolution fails within the first 6 weeks of the new year. And the reason that this happens is because when we are depending on a new year, a fresh slate, by the calendar turning over to be the reason that we are going to shift and change our lives, that's not enough. Going from one year to the next is not enough for us to deliberately change our lives in a long-lasting, sustainable way. And the reason behind your New Year's resolutions failing is because nothing's changed. Yes, we went from one year to another, but if nothing's changed internally, then nothing is going to actually change in your life. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And like I said, it's not enough just the calendar is turning over. I'm talking about you changing. You have to change in order for things to change. The quote, the saying as it goes, nothing changes if nothing changes. So when I say that, it's you changing, your belief systems changing, the behaviors that you embody changing, the reason behind doing those things changing. Because if you continue to do the same old things that you've done in the past, but trying to just change the external circumstance, then you're going to continue to play out the same patterns over and over and over again because your belief system about that thing hasn't changed. So to break this down, I'm going to give you a few examples. First example is one that I can imagine most of us have done, is getting fit in the new year. So if you're choosing January 1st to start your fitness journey and setting the New Year's resolution that 2022 is going to be the year that you get fit, but you haven't changed your belief system behind becoming a fit and healthy person, then odds are you're going to buy a gym membership. You're going to be super fucking consistent for the first 6 to 8 weeks. And then you'll go back to playing out the same patterns with your fitness and with your health that you have in the past. And the reason that this happens is because if you are choosing January 1 to start this fitness journey, but you haven't sat down and looked at the reasons of like, okay, why do I want to get fit in the first place? Why is this important to me? And getting clear on what your why is and having this strong why behind the intention of what you're choosing to do, then odds are 6 to 8 weeks down the road, you're going to forget what your why is and you're going to continue to play out what is normal for you, what your subconscious conditioning is, and what these old patterns are. In addition to, if you have limiting beliefs surrounding fitness, surrounding health, some of the most common ones that I've heard is like, if I become a healthy person, I'll never be able to eat fun things again. If I work out every single day, then people are going to see me in a certain way. Whatever the story is surrounding you and your fitness journey or your relationship to your body and food and fitness from the past, and recognizing where there's been limitations, where there's been trauma, where there's been things that have created any sort of resistance to you becoming a fit and healthy person, then the odds are that you are going to continue to play out the same patterns over and over and over again because you haven't actually done the internal work to shift and change the belief system surrounding fitness and surrounding health. But, okay, alternative to that is like setting an intention that actually lasts and is actually going to support you becoming this fit, healthy version of yourself that you desire to be is, yes, choosing to get the gym membership, choosing to get into the gym, do your workouts, all the things that you're planning on with your New Year's resolutions, but also doing this internal work, doing the inner work, figuring out what your limiting beliefs are, what your blocks are, what is holding you back from fully stepping into the version of yourself that you want to be. And as you are doing that inner work, becoming that person. Because in order for us to actually achieve the things that we want and manifest the life that we desire to have, we have to become that person who already has that thing. And this is where a lot of people get mixed up, messed around with the manifestation process and with setting intentions, is that like, okay, I've written it down in my journal, and because I wrote it down in my journal, now it has to happen. And that is not how manifestation works. In order for you to attract and manifest the things that you desire into your life, you have to do the subconscious reprogramming work to have the mindset and have the belief system of the version of yourself who already has that life. So going back to the fitness example, who already views themselves as a healthy, fit person, who has the belief system of it being completely supported that their life is this way, in addition to then taking the action, the inspired action based off of those beliefs to become that person. And by becoming that person, then shifting your energy into alignment with that reality and calling in the manifestations that being that version of yourself entails. So another example of this could be with money, because y'all know I love money. I love talking about money. So let's say you set the New Year's resolution that 2022 is going to be the year that you get your finances on track. And say you start off the year being very aware of your spending, being very aware of how much is in your account, how much is going out of your account, and being just intimate with your finances, being a very conscious, active person in your finances. And 6 to 8 weeks down the road, just having a giant purchase or having an unforeseen experience come up that you have to hand out unexpected money for. And that being the thing that then derails you and puts you back into the patterns that you've played out in the past with your finances. This is like one of the number one things that I see with the women that I work with when it comes to manifesting money, is that unless we deliberately look at what our limiting beliefs are around money. And all of us have limiting beliefs around money. I don't care who you are, where you're at in your life. If you have done a ton of inner work, maybe you're at the place where you feel as though you do not have any limiting beliefs around money. But odds are, if you haven't done any of this work, not odds are, this is the goddamn truth. If you have not done any inner work surrounding money, you have limiting beliefs about money. Because if you didn't, you would be the richest bitch on planet Earth. You would have all of that money coming into your life constantly. So knowing that if you set this New Year's resolution to make more money, to be on top of it with your finances, and you haven't done the internal work to shift your belief systems around money and what is capable for you, what you are capable when it comes to your finances, what you're capable of receiving, what you're capable of spending, investing, saving, whatever it is, then you will fall into the same patterns that you have had in the past when it comes to money and when it comes to your financial circumstances, which for most people, this is financial avoidance and not paying attention to how much you have in your account, how much is due for your bills, how much debt you currently have, whatever it is, and that then affecting the way that you're attracting and manifesting money into your life, and really just continuing to create this self-fulfilling prophecy of lack. Because by doing that, you're putting yourself into the energy and the vibration of lack, therefore attracting and manifesting more lack into your life, but also creating this lack mindset with your finances, which makes it feel as though money is something that is scary, something that you should avoid, something that you should feel uncomfortable about. And what I'm here to say is that you have the power to shift and change that in a way that is actually going to be long lasting and sustainable and help you get to the place where you're elevating your vibration into a different set point of attraction to naturally attract and manifest more money into your life. But that can only come through you choosing to deliberately and intentionally do the inner work around healing your relationship with money and becoming intimate with your finances, essentially like treating money like your bestie, being aware of what is coming in, what is going out, what your bills are each month, what energy you're carrying when you are interacting with money, because no matter whether we're thinking about it, talking about it, feeling about it, spending it, saving it, interacting with it in some sort of way, any interaction with money is an energetic exchange, and that energetic exchange is then what is going to emit the energy out into the universe, and by the law of attraction, attract back in like vibrational circumstances for our finances. So check yourself right now. If you have shitty conversations about money, you shit talk money, you shit talk rich people, you constantly feel like you are in anxiety or panic when you are going to swipe your card at the grocery store, or you are impulse buying things and then feeling an insane amount of guilt after the fact. All of those things are affecting your vibration and the way that you attract and manifest money into your life. And going back to my initial point with this, you setting the New Year's resolution that you're going to get on top of it financially will not shift and change unless you shift your mindset and then take the aligned and inspired action to meet the universe halfway in creating that change that you are wanting to see. And this is exactly what we do inside of the Abundant AF Babe Academy. If you haven't heard me talk about the Abundant AF Babe Academy before, this is my signature online manifestation program, and this is all about creating this positive shift and change inside of your finances. This is where I have seen the biggest physical transformation in my life over the past year, but past 2 years. So I started off 2021, $70,000 in debt, and over the span of this year, less than a year, I was able to go from $70,000 in debt to completely financially free and manifesting multiple 5 figures a month. So this shift is so possible, especially when you have the right guidance to help you create that shift and change inside of your finances. And it's been beautiful to watch all of the women inside of the academy do this for themselves as well, because they come from all different backgrounds. Everybody and anybody is possible of manifesting the money that they desire to have in their lives, but it starts with this willingness to look at what your current financial circumstances are and shift the different beliefs that you have surrounding money so that you can naturally put yourself into alignment with the energy and frequency of abundance and of wealth and become a magnet for it, as opposed to feel as though it's constantly this uphill battle or struggle in order to get your finances where you want them to be. It doesn't have to be that way. It can be a completely different reality when it comes to your financial circumstances. And for anybody who is wanting to get their finances on track in 2022, I suggest you start with the Abundant AF Babe Academy, because starting here, understanding how you can completely heal your money mindset and learn exactly how you can use intentional manifestation to start to attract and manifest more money into your life is the most perfect place that you could start, as opposed to just setting the New Year's resolution and saying, okay, this is going to change this year, but then not actually shifting or changing any of the beliefs that you have about money and about your relationship to money and how you interact with money as a whole. So that is why New Year's resolutions almost always fail, and how you can set intentions that will actually manifest. It starts with you doing the inner work. And I'm sure you've heard me say that a lot if you listen to this podcast, but the inner work is everything, and it can be really challenging to figure out what the inner work is without the proper guide to help you get to the position that you're wanting to go. So if you're feeling called to it, hit the link down below to apply to the Abundant AF Babe Academy. And thank you all for listening to this podcast episode. I am wishing you the most incredible and magical and abundant New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And I am so excited for everything that I have to coming up in 2022. This upcoming year, y'all, it is going to be fucking massive. The things that I have set to manifest and the intentions that I have for myself, for my business, for every single bit of my life this upcoming year is absolutely epic and absolutely expansive. And I'm so excited to share my journey with you guys every single step of the way through this podcast and through all of my other platforms. And if you are new to me and you're new to my platform, check out the links down below in the show notes for all of the different ways that I can support you. I have a private Facebook community where I host free trainings on a weekly basis and lots of good things. So I'm going to leave it at that. Happy 2021. Thank you so fucking much for supporting me on my journey and everything that has come together over the past year. I couldn't and wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for all of you and for all of your support. So I am eternally grateful for all of you, and if you're listening to this, I love you. Oh my gosh, thank you for listening to today's episode. I'm so grateful to have these no bullshit talks with you. If you enjoyed today's episode or the podcast as a whole, please spread the love by leaving me a review on iTunes or sharing the podcast with others. This is how I will be able to spread more of these good vibes and be able to make more of an impact on the lives of others. And if you're not already part of all of the goodness and communities that I have to offer, check out the show notes. I have links to the different ways that I can support you on your manifestation journey and help you live a life full of more money, fulfillment, and freedom. But that is all for now. So big love and hugs, and I will chat with you soon, babe.